don't sweat it. It's a Stay Cool Summer on Twin Cities Live. Now from the studios of 5 Eyewitness News, here are Elizabeth Reese and Ben Lieber.
Hey everybody, welcome into Twin Cities Live on this Wednesday. Some people call it Hump Day, but whatever you want to call it. Welcome into the show.
Nice
How you doing?
To see you. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. We somehow did it again. We sort of coordinated on our outfits.
Well, it was like a cozy, gray, cool day, which felt great. I turned off the air conditioners in the old Reimers household and hit the remote, beep, turn off.
Nice.
I know.
Yeah.
Felt good.
Open up the old windows. It's still
nice.
A little humid out.
I know,
but it's fine.
My bill was expensive last month from running the AC all day. I showed it to Jay, and I felt like my father. I was like, "Do you see what happens when we run the air conditioner? This is how much the electricity costs around here."
Yeah, I still walk around the house and turn off all the lights that my kids leave on.
Yeah, I know.
That drives me crazy.
I like all my lamps, though. I don't like overhead lights, so I like the lamps on all over the place.
But do you leave them on when in a room that you haven't been in for like an hour or two?
Jay would say that, yes, I do, and that bothers him. Sometimes he'll go to the basement, and then I'll hear him going, "Unbelievable!"
But I'm guessing that you have the efficient light bulbs, so you're probably not using a ton of wattage.
Yeah, but now I'm into like the circadian rhythm light bulbs, so mine are like orange and red, and people probably think there's real weird stuff happening in our house. That's what's happening. Like,
do you go from room to room based on the hour of night?
Yeah, because I have these light bulbs that they go 3 ways, so you can turn it on. You click it once, and it's bright daylight. You click it the next one, and it's amber evening, and then the next one is darker, like you're by a fire.
Oh my God! It's like the White House. You have like the blue room, you have the amber room.
I've got all the things, you know.
The nighty-night room.
Just trying to live life, just trying to do it. You know what's really fun about life, though, is getting out and having an adventure. And our reporter Kristen Haubrick is here. This is really fun. She's got a roundup of some of her favorite adventures in and around Lake Minnetonka, because Lake Minnetonka is the subject of our Twin Cities Live in Your Town series this month. We've got a big live broadcast happening at Maynards tomorrow. We'll give you all the details.
It's already here. And don't fret, we still have a show on Friday back here in the studio, and we're still going to highlight some businesses around Lake Minnetonka. So it doesn't end on Thursday. It goes all the way through the week. Also, this is really fun. You guys had your big book club meeting today.
The club.
It happened today.
You
opened up the velvet ropes. You let everybody in. You didn't even card anybody.
Bottle service
you guys are going to get in trouble one of these days for not carding a single person who comes into this club.
You're a bad bouncer. What am I going to say?
You guys talked about the Amalfi Curse. You also talked to the author Sarah Penner. She was on with you guys today. Can't wait to see how that chat went.
Yep. So we'll give you some of that conversation coming up a little bit later. Kelly will join us, and then you'll get to find out the name and the author of our next book club pick, which we've been doing our book club, Kelly reminded me, for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years.
Wait a minute. Has it been that long?
This fall. Yes. We've been dancing to the club music for 2 years.
2 years?
Yes, I know. Wild, huh? It's been so much fun.
Flies.
We're also going to make something called Shine Tea with our friend Rachel from Well Rooted Tea. She always teaches us so much about tea. She makes me want to drink more of it. I love all of her beautiful blends. Yeah. I do not know what Shine Tea is.
I don't either.
So we'll find out.
We're all going to find out together. And yes, you know, tea is not just for the gloomy winter cold nights.
Oh, no.
Tea is definitely for the summertime.
I like iced tea almost better than hot tea, if I'm perfectly honest. All week, as we mentioned, we've been exploring the communities around Lake Minnetonka. We thought today would be a really nice time to just sort of dig in to the lake itself. You know, it's legendary here in Minnesota.
Legendary.
But its reputation extends far past the borders of Iowa, the Dakotas, and good old Wisconsin.
It is sort of, in a weird way, mainstream pop culture popular.
You're going to find out why.
You're going to find that out. So let's go through some of the details on what is Lake Minnetonka.
Give us the stats.
Lake Minnetonka itself is surrounded by 13 incorporated municipalities. It is Minnesota's 9th largest lake, but it is the largest lake in the metro area. I think that we all kind of understand that.
Yeah.
How big, you say?
How
well,
big?
I'm glad you asked. 14,528 acres. The maximum depth is 113 feet, but the average depth is just 31 feet.
How did Lake Minnetonka come to be?
Man, all these great questions. You come with a scientific mind. Well, it was formed 10,000 years ago after an ice sheet retreated. It said, bye-bye, we're going up north. It's getting too warm. So it's going to pull back, and it's going to leave all this glacial water. As you see there, it's made up of interconnected channels, marshlands, and something that I never even heard of called kettle lakes.
Kettle lakes, okay.
Kettle lakes. That originates from the Dakota language.
The name?
The phrase big water. translates to Minnetonka.
Oh, beautiful.
So how about that? The min, the first part is the word for large, and Tonka, is water, and the word Tonka is large. So that's how it all gets put together. Ice does form on the lake every year to the depth of about 12 to 18 inches of ice. That's why you see everybody out there with their ice houses and their vehicles enjoying all the ice fishing in the wintertime. Now, the earliest ice out date was March 11th, 1878.
Man.
The latest ice out date was May 8th of 1856.
What's the average? What's the median?
The median is April 14th.
It is kind of fun that Tonka trucks are actually named after Lake Minnetonka.
I did not know that until I started this show.
It's really cool. That is from the company Tonka Toys. Excelsior Amusement Park. Tonka Toys. That's the company. And then we're going to move on to the Excelsior Amusement Park. That teleprompter got me tripped up a little bit. Did you know that from 1925 to 1973, probably some of you watching remember this, there was an amusement park on Lake Minnetonka.
I did not know that.
It was in the town of Excelsior. High quality video here. This is really cool. I love this old-timey video. It was called, again, Excelsior Amusement Park. So this video was posted by RJ Serp from his parents' 8mm camera. He thinks that they captured these images back in either 1972 or 1973. And the park featured a wooden roller coaster called the Cyclone. They had a Ferris wheel, bumper cars. They had the fun house. We saw a little image of that. And a carousel. And you could even do a little boat ride.
To where, they say.
Wow, could you take it out to Big
Park.
Island, maybe?
That's right. Also called Big Island Amusement Park. This was a popular amusement park that also existed on Lake Minnetonka, even earlier than the one we just talked about. It was operated from 1906 to 1911, so not very long.
And it was on Big Island.
It was on Big Island. You can see it right there. It included a light beacon that contained electric lights.
Wow.
Really cool. This is really cool, too. A 1,500-seat music casino.
Okay.
Not exactly sure what that means by that. They had a roller coaster, a carousel, boat rentals, and even a flume ride called the Old Mill.
Oh.
As I just mentioned, it was closed down in 1911. And get this little fun fact. So they used the rebar that they used to create this park.
Okay.
They took it out of the park, melted it down, and it was used during World War I.
Whoa.
Because they needed the steel and the metal. So today there are still a few remnants of the original park on Big Island. You can even see the ditch that once contained the Old Mill.
That's very interesting.
Very cool.
What
Very
a big
cool.
change. Big Island, though, it's the hot
Now
spot.
I talk about the pop culture references. So Big Island is still a major destination for those on Lake Minnetonka. It's been visited by celebrities in the most recent years, including Kim K. Kim Kardashian.
You guys
There
remember this?
She is.
This was the hottest conversation. This was when, in 2011, she was dating Chris Humphries, who was a basketball player who is from Minnesota. Chris, you're welcome to come on the show if you'd like to.
Please come on.
They were briefly married. They were married for an infamous 72 days. They were married, and she visited Lake Minnetonka, and here's what she tweeted out. It's like Vegas on the lake over here. What's up to everyone on the Big Island in Lake Minnetonka? She went jet skiing, as you can see. She captained a boat. Chris Humphries tweeted the picture of Kim on the boat, captioned it Captain K. They were dating in 2010. They got engaged in May of 2011. And then while they were engaged, that's when she came to Minnesota. And they got married for a hot second. October of 2011. Big televised wedding. And 72 days later.
Do you actually remember the time in real time when she was here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I was working at My Talk 107.1, so it was like everybody was talking
that was the
about
biggest
it.
gossip.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the biggest gossip.
Yeah, I remember people saying like, Kim K's on Big Island. I'm
Yeah.
like, and so many of my friends or people that I knew, they're like racing out to Big Island.
I know, and she went to a few parties because I think Emily Engberg, Emily, if you're watching, you can text me. Emily was one of our reporters, and she was at a party, maybe at like 7 Sushi or something,
Yeah.
and Chris and Kim were there. They might have
makes
hosted
sense.
the party, and then Emily was
Yeah,
there.
7 was a big deal.
It was great.
That was like the
That was a
who's
hot
who. That's
spot.
where everybody wanted to hang out.
That was like rooftop hangout. When Jay and I were dating,
Yeah.
we would go there.
That's a great rooftop.
I know, so beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
back to Lake Minnetonka, though.
Yeah, back to like more pop culture moments. So 90210. Check this out.
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na.
I sure wish we were going to Paris.
Yeah, I used to go to Europe every summer when I was a little kid.
You went to Europe every summer? We went to Lake Minnetonka.
Well, my dad was kind of a
You know what? Lake Minnetonka is just as bougie as Europe, Brenda. You need to be proud of your roots.
Okay, I'm going to get a hand slap from my friend Pat, who is a huge 90210 fan. I didn't know that in the show Brenda was from Minnesota.
Brenda and her twin brother.
I didn't know that. I didn't
What?
watch the show.
Brenda and
I'm
Brandon
not
were from
here,
Minnesota.
so
They
I didn't have that connection.
What?
I didn't know that. I
Like
know.
dominated my 5th grade was knowing this, that Brenda and Brandon were from Minnesota and they moved from Minnesota to California, and it was like the big thing, and that's what made them so wholesome and sweet, is that they moved to LA where Dylan was, you know, on drug-fueled benders all the time and going to Europe on his trust fund.
I feel like, you know, you and a lot of other people out there, thousands of you out there, probably think less of me because I didn't watch The Office when it was hot. I tried watching The Office, you know, just a few months ago, and I was like, it's funny. I guess I don't really get it at this point.
I can't do this.
And now I didn't know that Brenda and her brother from 90210 were from Minnesota.
And Jim and Carol, the whole Walsh family. I mean, hello, obviously they came from Minnesota. That was like a big deal. I got to rewatch 90210 from start to finish. Have you all done that lately? I also want to watch Sex and the City from start to finish.
My friend Pat does that to this day.
The Pat that I know?
The Pat that you know.
Oh, that's great.
He watches it whenever it's on.
I knew he was such a nice guy.
He's well-rounded. Yes, he's going to hate me right now. But you know, I do know this. Prince is from here.
Prince is from here.
Yeah,
Oh, hold on.
Prince the singer is from here.
Please hold.
What
Emily
did you get?
Engberg texting.
Oh, gosh.
She's so good. I'm watching you as you're talking. Yes, I went to her engagement party when they had it at the top of the rooftop at 7, Emily says. Chris Humphries. I don't know why she was. I don't know
how did
what
you get
was-
invited? Did
Maybe
you just,
she'll tell us. Also, never knew about Brenda being from Minnesota either.
Thank you.
She validates you. Emily Engberg, former Twin Cities Live reporter.
Somebody is with me. Now you guys can hate her too.
Back to Prince. Okay.
Back to Prince.
Yes, and Lake Minnetonka. The reference here is interesting.
Yes, the reference here is interesting. This is from the film Purple Rain.
Well, for starters, you have to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
What?
You have to purify yourself in Lake Minnetonka.
That really is funny.
I know.
You have to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
See, I've never seen that movie either.
There should be a T-shirt that says that on it that's sold somewhere. You have to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Why is that not on a shirt?
I'm guessing his estate might have something to say
Do
about
you
that.
think? That's great.
You know, maybe we should just do it and then ask for forgiveness later on.
This is kind of interesting, though. His 3rd album, Dirty Mind, was recorded at a home on Lake Minnetonka on North Arm. It was back in 1980.
That's very interesting. Going back to that clip, if I understand this correctly,
Yeah.
the love interest that he's talking to does enter the water, and he reveals to her that it's not actually the waters of Lake Minnetonka that she's in, which is, I think, why he was saying that.
Oh, that's why she
So
was
yes, going back to that home. So he recorded that home back in that
album,
the
yeah.
album back in the 1980. He rented and lived at that home from 1979 to 1981. So quite a long time.
Maybe you saw him out on the water. I love these kinds of stories. Demi Lovato, did you know this?
Did not.
Sections of the lyric video for Cool for the Summer feature Demi Lovato on Lake Minnetonka. She's jet skiing around and performing a concert at Bayview Event Center.
See, I didn't know that either. Now, does she have a personal connection? Like, why did she choose that?
She's just there. She's doing beach parties.
Oh, the whole video is about beach parties, so that was part of. Okay, so the whole video wasn't all about at Lake Minnetonka. It was just part of it.
I haven't watched the whole thing. I do like Demi Lovato, though. I'm kind of rooting for her. She went through some tough times, and I feel like I just want her to do well. Yeah, yeah. And I think she's feeling like very healthy. You know, some of these young people they get super famous, super young. It's really hard to manage that.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, look at the Biebs.
Oh, the Biebs.
But Biebs has a new album that came out.
I know people are really loving it. Have you been listening to it?
I have not listened to it.
No.
But I just saw, you know, the weeks and the months leading up to his album drop, which I think happened last week.
Yep.
Everybody was concerned about him because he was getting all these paparazzi who were taking pictures of him looking terrible, disheveled.
I know.
Which is not fair because, you know, if you're just walking around in the morning and you're just like going to get a cup of coffee, you don't always look your best.
Well, I know.
But there are some pictures where it's like, man, you kind of got to get it together,
That
buddy.
might be kind of his thing. I don't know. Biebs, we're rooting for you. We're
Yeah,
rooting for
you.
all the things. Wasn't that fun?
I like
Doesn't
that
that
a
make you
lot.
want to go hang out on Lake Minnetonka tomorrow?
It does. I was excited to go tomorrow, but I'm even more excited now I know some of the deeper history of it.
We're even going to hang out on Lake Minnetonka next. We're going to live that lake life, from paddleboarding to electric boat rentals. Our reporter Kristen Habrick is here. She's going to share her favorite ways to experience fun on Lake Minnetonka.
Look at her go.
Woohoo!
Twin Cities Live's Host Chat is presented by Schuler Shoes, where happy feet means happy life. Step in today.